episode.
Mr. Jeff Fargo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With Fargo Talks.
Thank you.
And you do what you say you're going to do.
Every time.
You know, you when you were here last time, you were just getting into the Fargo Talks. You kind of gave us the spiel. We're all like, oh, this fucking guy ain't going to do it. Next thing you know, your numbers just...
11 million people last month.
Wow.
Like Sean Kelly, 11 million people? Or?
Nope. I could. That's why it's funny you say that. That's why I posted it, and it's a little over 11 million, and it was like the past 28 days, but I did a screenshot of my Meta dashboard, my TikTok dashboard. You know, I did screenshots of all my dashboards to go, I'm not just picking a number out of my ass. It's actually, no, I reached 11 million people last month, and I earned that. I didn't pay for it. I earned it.
That's awesome.
How's that been?
Great. You know, it's one conversation at a time. Some are better than others. Some people, you got to work more at it to keep them more on point. And you don't do it for, oh, that's a clip, that's a clip, that's a clip. It's more about just having a good conversation with people. That's it. And then the clips come from that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But it's just, how do you get to 11 million people a month? It's one podcast at a time and one good person at a time and vetting people. I was more open to who I let on my show. Now it's more, and even though sometimes I charge an appearance fee, but you still have to, we have to vibe. We have to vibe.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling it, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care who you are. You're not coming on my show. And I'm not saying that to be pious. I'm not better than you, but I take such great pride. It's like one of my kids. Yeah. Fargo Talks is one of my kids, and I love it. And I have ownership of that. It's part of me, and I am part of it. Yeah. And so we got to have something in order to come on, because if not, the audience sees that.
Yeah.
They do see that. Out of how many shows have you?
I just dropped my 68th or 67th or 68th episode.
Oh damn!
So haven't even hit 100 yet.
No.
Wow.
No.
And your podcast has been doing amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I all I can say is I'm only as good as my last one. That's it. And the one that just dropped was really good. So you know, there's some of them now. I'll get done. I'll be like, that was okay. You know, we're hard on each other.
Yeah, 100%.
When we do this as podcasters, we're always like, oh, that could have been better. But then next thing you know, you get comments, people, that was great. It's fucking. I don't say fire like this is fire. I'll be 55 in a month and a half. Fuck off with fire. Like it was.
You can say whatever you want.
Thank you. Okay. It was good.
That's little Rachel's
well.
lingo.
That's okay.
This is fire.
Rach can say that. Rach
I do say stuff like
Rach
that.
gets a pass.
But do you have like any like tips or tricks that you would say that helps you reach 11 million people? Like, do you do any hashtags?
Tell her she can buy the fucking Fargo Talks for one. This isn't no free fucking.
True. Give us the juice. She's done her homework. She's fucking written down notes, and you're gonna be an asshole like that and fucking throw shit down on her.
I just don't. I feel like you're gonna give the girls the information, and you're gonna charge me the big fee.
Nope, I don't charge. Listen. The thing is, it just comes down to, first of all, showing up. Yeah. You know, I think it's like 95% of every podcast is done after 2 episodes. So it's, first of all, you make a list of who are people that I'd go out for dinner with, or I go out for a drink with. And you might get 10, 15 people on that list, and have them come in and just have a talk. And there's really not, like, I now have like some production notes I do, but not a lot. I might jot some stuff down ahead of time like you're doing. And you just have good conversations, but it's one after another after another. And if you can't get somebody, then bank your content, bank your clips. You know, I have a team now that does all my stuff, and I just bank the clips. And I tell them, go hard in the paint with this episode, because if the next one isn't that good, and we only get 2 or 3 or 4 clips out of that one, we've got 10, 20 out of this one that we can come over the top on.
Have you ever did a podcast and got 0 clips?
No.
We've done 2. And I'm just like, what was crazy was, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's on the radio and he's phenomenal out in LA. It just didn't click. Like what you were saying. And
no vibe.
I don't know. I mean, he's been on the radio 4 years, and I'm like, bro, I watched it twice. I'm the one doing it. I couldn't even get a clip. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like,
so, okay, here's a pro tip for you.
There was nothing.
This is something I do with someone that I don't really know that well, and they're coming on, is I will either go out, if they're here in town, we'll go out for coffee, or we hop on Zoom and we'll talk for an hour or so and just shoot the shit. It really helps, because then once you get to know that person, like I did that with Alexis Fox. We met and had coffee, and then she comes on, and it was just fucking magic, man, just magic. And I mean, I'm still banking shorts, clips from that episode that I know I would put on and that she'd accept as a collab, there would be 300,000 to 500,000 views. Just boom, boom, boom. So it's taking the time to get to know somebody, not just here when we go live. It's about like, let's go to fucking, wherever, Starbucks over on Spring Mountain and have a coffee. And let's get to know each other and let's see if we vibe. Because if we don't vibe there, then why am I going to spend all this time and money on production, of a podcast and the brand when we don't click over coffee? Now that's never happened.
Do you do that with every single guest that you have that comes on comes onto your show?
That's a great question. I'd say half. Half of them I already know.
Okay, fair.
Or they're referred to me like I love you. I love you. If you were like, hey, this guy's great. Here's his numbers. He's got a decent. You don't have to be crazy like crushing numbers, but a decent social media audience, and it's organic. It's not paid for. And he's like, dude, this guy would vibe with you great. Then you know what? There's a very good chance he's going to come on, or her. I'd let them on the show. But if I don't know them and they've reached out to me, and I do my homework, I'm like, okay, they passed this, but I still I'm not there yet. Yeah. Then yes, I do have them. Then we get together for coffee.
What do they think about that when you say that?
They love it.
They love it.
Every one of them. Every single person I've done that with is.
Do you tell them they got to pay for it?
Pay for the coffee? Asshole.
They got to take you out. They're coming on your
Christ,
show.
dude. It's fucking. It's Starbucks. I get
Starbucks.
I get my stars.
You got the point.
I get my points.
I got the app.
I get my stars.
Drew knows about the app.
Yeah.
I get my stars, man. Come on, I'll pay for that. No, it's to me, it's I treat this thing like an art form. I'm very respectful of the art of podcasting. I'm very respectful to podcasters, regardless if you have a really nice, production set up here, or I was on one. There's these two guys, they're in their like early 20s. They are all in for podcasting. They've got a little spot in a strip plaza in like North Las Vegas. I was on their podcast a few weeks ago. Absolutely, I'll drive out there and be on that. On the Run podcast. And they were great. Yeah. I have great respect for people like that. I don't care if you're here in town, I'll hop on your pod. As long as schedules, align, I'll hop on your pod. I'm good with that. As long as I look at his stuff and I see that their stuff is good. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let's jump on and do it. And then we let it rip.
I am such a stickler about I always say, you always got to do what you say you're going to do. And that was important to me because I saw your numbers and I'm like, yeah, we're going to do a redo. But you said it. You said you were going to do it, and you did it.
Thank you. I did.
I pay attention.
Yeah, thank you.
When you said that a year ago, I just sit back and I watch because a lot of people don't do that. But I'm like, I watch people.
Thank you.
And those numbers it's organically.
It's slow, measured growth. Yeah, I'm at I average about 7-8% growth a month, which is fucking phenomenal.
That's amazing,
right? Like it's like for audience growth.
You're growing
retention.
Constantly.
It's great and constant growth.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Now I'm at a point where. And again, I'm not throwing shade, but I'm throwing fucking shade. That when people bring up other people in this business that have paid for their audience, I have no patience for that because I work hard.
Loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I even liked your response back when you called out Sean Kelly and I guess the other guy. What was his name?
Ryan Pineda.
He's a big name. I don't know who he is, but people were like, bro, he's like that guy was even funnier that he hit that guy, and I was like. Well, it's not hitting him because you said the same thing I did. I like Sean Kelly.
Yeah, great guy.
There's porn stars that cheat with their numbers all the time. If that's the route that he chose to go, do I think it's fair for a business? If I was from Michigan or Middle America and I said, "Oh, this guy's got it," and I'm paying him $7,500, and I came and I found that out, then I'd be, on fire. But again, I'm like, he's a young man. He's working hard.
He's hustling his ass off.
Still putting in the work.
Hustles his ass off.
But that's the blatant truth. And I'm like, Jeff Fargo called it out.
I think just nowadays, like you skewing your numbers, as long as you still have like real people interacting and you're working with high value people, like people don't care that you skew your numbers. You're still standing next to,
I do,
a celebrity, or you're still standing.
I care.
Yeah,
I fucking care because I put in.
But like, how many of those people don't even understand what skewing numbers look like?
And most don't until they go through the motion, hypothetically, of let's say that you get hit up by a podcast and they say, Rach, come on, it's going to be $7,500. I've got 11 million followers. You're going to fucking light it up. Great, let's do it. My God, that's better than a billboard. And you fucking go on there and you talk for a half an hour. That's it. And you get off, and then a couple of the clips get posted and the episode gets posted, and dick.
Dude,
I mean, like
I post
hundreds of views, maybe hundreds, maybe in the thousands, and with
And you would think that,
fake comments.
with 11 million people, you would think at least hit a few 100,000.
My question is
least.
this: to anyone that goes on those podcasts, you rarely see them go on a second time.
Yeah.
You rarely see them go on
true.
a second time because they've gone on under the impression that if I'm spending money, I got to see something. And again, past performance never guarantees future results. But the past 2 people that have come on my podcast and that have paid to come on have had clips that have gone viral. And when I say gone viral, that means organic, over 100,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
One is over 1 million on TikTok. Is over 1 million. And so it's like, come on, man. And so I get pissed. I get fucking pissed is I like Sean Kelly. He came on my podcast. Our episode was a fucking masterclass in how to do a podcast. No one's ever going to see it. I took it down.
Why?
Because he pays for his fucking audience.
Yeah. No,
That's
I
why.
heard you did that.
He cheats.
What I didn't what was crazy was when he came on ours, I gave him credit because I'm like, he came on ours just to see what we were doing.
Absolutely.
I didn't know him. He reached out to me.
He's a great podcaster.
Well, I looked at his thing and I go, bro, you got 11 million people. I'm like, what did you want to come on our show? And then, I noticed he was so young and I'm like, your show's not better than ours, right? Just fucking with him. And he's real serious. But
Yeah.
he said, he goes,
true.
he said our show,
Yeah.
he said our shows are different. I'm business.
right.
And he goes, you guys are just, he's like, you guys got like a
He's right.
cool factor.
That's why he started to lighten up the questions a little bit.
You know what I told him?
After our show.
I did. I go, Sean.
Because we started asking him those crazy questions.
Yeah. I said, Sean, you seem very robotic. And I said, I know you got to have a little sense of humor. So we fucked with him a little bit. And then moving forward, watching his things, he started being funnier.
Good.
So again, he was out and about trying to see what other people are doing and studying what's going on.
Dude, the episode with him and I.
That's what smart people do, right? Study other smart people.
It's a fucking masterclass, what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to post some of the clips, and Baller Busters came in and was like, he's fake, he's a clown. And they DM me and sent me fucking
video.
what Goob, who's with them, they're all tied in together, was like, look, dude, he pays for his reviews. I think it was like Apple Podcast. He's paying for the reviews.
Yeah.
And I had no idea.
Apple Podcast.
I was still like, shit, 4 months in, to do it.
I
was still brand new.
He never reposted one of our clips. That was my first thing. He never reposted one of them. And then on the first clip I posted, 13 likes.
Yeah.
13 likes and you got 11 million followers. That doesn't equate. Like,
you
didn't even put us on your story.
The analogy I use to people when because I got no hate from what I said. It was a lot of people were saying, dude, you said what everybody else has been talking about, but no one's had the balls to say it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. That doesn't matter to me. What matters is that it's like the Tour de France, the big bike race over in France.
Yep.
And I'm fucking pedaling my ass off. And here I am. I've trained my whole life for this fucking
You've worked
race.
for it.
I've worked for it. And I'm in the lead. I'm fucking doing, or I'm in the peloton, like the group. I'm doing great. And next thing you know, here comes Lance fucking Armstrong.
With the accelerator on his
all
fucking...
juiced up.
Yeah.
Balls as big as fucking biscuits with fucking steroids, whatever.
Ready to unload.
Fake piss fucking going through his fucking ureter. And he goes right past Jeff. And I'm like, motherfucker. And that's what pisses me off because if you look at someone like Ryan Pineda, or if you look at someone like Sean Kelly, and you look at their audience numbers and then compare how many people are organically consuming those clips, those reels, compared to mine, I crush both of them. And I'll stand by that.
100%.
And I'll stand by that.
I was just telling her the other day, I'm like, I look at one of Jeff's clips now, and they're like at 1,700. We haven't even, we just got to where we're in the 100 to 200 and thinking that's great. But like I said, I watched your progress for like a year, just slowly. Now, if you would have just went whoop right to 1,700,
what's up with that?
I would have. That's
a red flag.
Yeah, I would have noticed.
The rule of thumb is this, and this is for any podcaster who's brand new or you're out there for a while. If you're at under 100,000 followers, organic, this is all organic, no paid. If you're under 100,000, you should have about 10%-ish of your audience should be consuming your reels. So if I have 25,000 followers that means 2,500 views I should be getting on my reels every single time. Anything above that is outperforming, considered outperforming. If it's 100,000 or more views, that's viral. Not 50, it's 100,000. It's fucking viral.
Green Room Radio.